these pieces, our Pharaoh pieces, I flipped out. Now, I knew nothing about them. Nothing.
No.
This is the necklace, and actually there are 3 pieces, by the way, the necklace and the bracelet right now, and then we do have earrings and a ring coming up. The workmanship in this, but I looked at this and went, I can't wait to be with Nicky, because I know there's a lot of history to this piece. Please let me share with you, though, first of all, the value. The necklace today that is brand new. The necklace, we're not airing the necklace yet? Yeah, I thought we were. We're airing it all at the same time. All right, the neck.
You go, Bobby.
Yeah, so we have 6.
How many?
6 left of the necklace only.
Because Bobby's been wearing, you were wearing it with Jennifer on the show, and that's what happened.
I did.
It looked fantastic.
It looked great, didn't it?
You looked amazing.
And it's
I'm saying Bobby looks very doing Egyptian. It's like
cut my hair just for this necklace, by the way. And the necklace is $559.90 with an appraised value of over $1,000.
Yes.
Then the bracelet, and we'll talk about it all, but let me give you the prices on each one.
Yes.
The amazing bracelet that also has $269.90. It is lapis and aqua quartz, and then you can see all of the the designs again of the Pharaoh running throughout, caviar beading. There are only 40 of the bracelets. And then the earrings, which I love.
Amazing earrings, yeah.
$179.90 for the earrings. And the earrings, like 40 of the earrings. So these
40
are
left.
All right, that's it. And all, as you mentioned, extremely limited. So tell me about these pieces, because I was dying to hear about this, Nicky.
It starts really a long time. It starts with the British Museum, and they have the most extraordinary collection of Egyptian artifacts.
Right.
And I was asked to do a range of Egyptian jewelry for them, and they did a launch with me in 2014.
Right.
And the museum, it's one of the oldest museums in the world. It's been in existence since 1780. And they said, okay, we want to do an evening and introduce your collection, and we're going to do it in the Egyptian room. This is after hours. They invited 200 people. I could only invite 12 people because of the security, because the whole museum was open. I invited Twiggy. Twiggy came.
Did you?
Yeah, she came. Twiggy and Lee came. And it was amazing. They put me on a plinth, and behind me was this colossus of Ramesses II, and I stood there and gave a talk about Egyptian jewelry. And it was, but what was extraordinary, Bobby, as a child, my sister had a lovely elder sister. She passed when she was very young. She passed at 42, but Mary took me as a child, because I used to do drawings, and she said, we'll go to the museum, you can draw on a pad. And I was so fascinated by all the Egyptians.
Right.
Freeze frame, years and years and years later, there I am back in the museum working with them for the museum. So I have a range of Egyptian-inspired jewelry at the British Museum, and I did it for them in bronze. So for HSN, I did it in silver. So it's a unique collection for HSN and a unique collection for the British Museum. And that was the foundation. Isn't that amazing?
How lucky, how few people will be to be able to have these pieces.
And it's
today.
Egypt is such an extraordinary, I mean, the history of thousands of years ago.
And as you said, known for their jewelry.
I've stood inside the Temple of Luxor in Karnak, the Temple of Karnak.
Not in Las Vegas, the real one.
I love Bobby. Yes, not in Las Vegas, in Egypt, on the banks of the Nile. I took a felucca down the Nile. It's like, and it's biblical, because nothing has changed in thousands of years. I mean, it's all changed now. It's a little crazy, the whole world and stuff, but the design, the art that came out of Egypt, the pyramids, the hieroglyphics, it's always fascinated me. And it's perfect for jewelry. And so that was the inspiration for this that's a staggering necklace. There's 6 people left basically in the world that can get this, because it's only here in HSN in silver. 6 people left worldwide can have this necklace. When you put it in that context, the rarity value, it will grow in. I understand the appreciation value of over $1,000. There's so much in there, so much weight of the silver,
and
the
lapis,
the stones,
and the moonstone. You look at that up close. And by the way, it's 17 inches in length with a 3-inch extender to it, and total carat weight of 7.6 carats.
Because I don't do carat weights on lapis.
That's right. I didn't realize that.
There's a lot of stones.
And look at that. I wanted you to see this. Look at the detail and his face and everything, the nose, the cheeks,
and this will get better
eyes.
as it oxidizes, as it ages. It will just get more and more and more and more antique.
Right.
Much more special.
And all, again, as we talked about, all made individually by hand.
Every piece
absolutely
set, finished, polished,
exquisite.
all done. And uniquely here for